Hey y'all, this is Audra Hicks with Simply Home, your Tennessee Realtor. I wanted to talk to y'all today about getting into the real estate industry. So stay tuned because I put the real in real estate. So I get asked a lot from people about getting into real estate. Or they tell me if they're waiting on us at a restaurant or something and they find out because of my bling. I usually have all different pins that I wear. And people know that I'm an agent. So they are like, yeah, I've always wanted to be a realtor or a real estate agent. And I'm like, okay, so tell me why. Not a bad thing, not a, they just need to be informed. So I think I wanted to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly today about real estate. But it's not ugly though all the time. But it's not an easy thing to do to get into. It costs a lot of money. You do have upfront costs. You have brokerage fees. You have MLS fees. You have all kinds of fees and insurance and your E&O. You have all kinds of things that you have to pay out on a monthly basis. That even if you're not making any money, you still have to pay. And your year-end things that you have to do and renew too. So the ones who think that just getting into real estate because they've watched a lot of HGTV real estate shows, that is TV. And then we have real life. So in real life, it doesn't work the way that they show on HGTV. I used to love to watch that until I became a realtor. And then it's like, oh, Lord, this is not the way it goes. Totally different on TV than it is in real life. And since I always say I put the real in real estate, I try to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm just trying to be genuine and real about how things are. Number one, this is going to be, if your clients are buying a home, it is going to be the largest investment. So it's going to be an emotional thing for them. You need to know how to deal with all types of people. Some people cry, some people get mad and just take things out on you no matter what, and then they apologize or whatever. But there's things that they go through on a daily basis, or they just get emotional over because it is an emotional purchase. Or selling. It could be that they are selling their family home that they've known their whole life. They're downsizing, they're getting older. You have to be a compassionate realtor, know how to talk to people, be compassionate with them. It could be a divorce situation, so you need to know how to handle, two different people in that are not going to see eye to eye on anything, no matter what. Even if they should, they know they're not going to do it. So you got to be able to handle that. And we wear many hats in this industry. So getting into the industry, just know it's not an overnight success thing, that we don't just go showing homes every day and in your heels and pantyhose and you need real shoes on because you might be walking properties and stuff, especially here in Tennessee, and the heels might sink down into that property a lot. So not always the best thing to do is to wear the heels out there. So if you do, you might put some boots or shoes or some kind of comfy shoes in there to wear. Because if that's your thing and you like to wear those, that's great. Just make sure in your package in your car of all the real estate things we need to carry on a daily, that you put shoes in there that are good for trekking property. And it could be raining outside, so it might be squishy. So there is a lot that goes on in our industry that people don't even realize. A lot of stress and hard times. There's an emotional roller coaster, and then there's a roller coaster of, you have great months, and then you might not have such a great month, and then you have a great month, and then you have a really great month, and then, oh my gosh, we have a great month. So this is the way it's going to be no, it's not going to be that way all the time. The market changes. So you gotta change with the market. You've got to figure out how to get those clients in. Now, if you started out on a team, or you start out on a team, a lot of times they try to feed you leads. You are going to pay out a lot more money out of your pocket to do those. I have never been a part of a team. My team is my hubby's son, Stewie and Sheldon, my two fur babies, and they are my team. They're not realtors. They don't want to be, but they are an integral part of my team, even for my techno side. Safety is number one in our household too, because they want mama to go and come back and be able to come back home to my family every day. So in this world, the way it's ever changing, you want to have somebody go with you on things that you don't feel comfortable in going in. Really, if you don't feel comfortable, you probably should never go to begin with. But even open houses, showing houses, just have somebody there with you. I get chauffeured by my hubby and son for different things, and so I always usually have them with me on my outings of showing properties, and sometimes I don't, but it just depends on the day or what we're doing too. And for me, I have built my business on repeat clients that love me and trust me. They know I'm going to be their concierge for life, not just after the sale and closing. We go to dinner a lot with a lot of different clients that we have that have become part of our family, and exchange Christmas gifts, things like that. And they refer me. So when you get the referral, that's like the biggest compliment, is getting referred by your clients, or when they reuse you over and over again to buy or sell, or you have investors that use you and buy lots of properties during the year, and then you sell the properties that they bought. So I have those kind too. But we're blessed with, since we don't have said family outside of our little family unit, we have built those kind of relationships with clients over the years, and they've become our family. You don't have to be blood related to be family. So we have a strong family unit in me, my hubby and son, and two fur babies, and then we have our extended family. So for me, I love what I do. I'm very compassionate. I am thicker skinned on things. Takes a lot to get me mad, but when I do, you watch out. No, just kidding. But yeah, you probably should. But it takes a lot to get me upset. I am an optimistic person, so I try to see the good in everything. But in this world we live in, there is not good in everybody. So you're going to see that in real estate, in all aspects of it. So you need to be thicker skinned and be able to handle that. Need to handle tough situations, because you're going to wear many, many hats in this industry. But again, I want to reiterate that this is not an overnight quick thing. Success, even this year, this has been more of your down market. So you got to really reinvent the wheel. Seasoned agents and top producing agents have still had lesser year this year, but made it through the year. Of course, a lot of agents have stepped out. They have retired their license or just got out of the industry altogether. I think even starting in January, because at the end of the year you have to renew a lot of things, and every 2 years you got to renew your license. But at the end of the year, you're still renewing stuff. If they don't want to incur all that, then they just don't renew their license at all. And some just get out totally. So I think in January, thousands and thousands got out of the industry. But now we're having interest rate reductions, which is a good and bad in a lot of things. So we are seeing more buyers. We are looking or projecting for 2024 to be a better year than it was this year, because interest rates will go down. With interest rates going down, the bad thing is if they go down a lot lower, then we're going to have people flooding the market again and not enough inventory, multiple offers, people overpaying for homes. So now's a sweet spot to buy. But to get into the industry, I have people ask me all the time about getting in, and I always ask them, I want to know your why. I want to know why you think that you want to be a realtor. Because if you have a misunderstanding of the way that what you're gonna do, and that's really not your passion, then I wouldn't get into it. It's gonna be a lot of hard knocks, a lot of hard work, and it always is. Um, you know, so really think about it before you get in. Sit down and make you a list of why you think you want to get in, and what you're wanting to accomplish, and what type of realtor you're going to want to be. Do you want to join an association? When you do join a brokerage, they're going to either make you, or that's going to be a part of it. You either join an association, or some brokerages now don't do that. There is a difference in a realtor versus a real estate agent. A realtor has joined an association, and you get to use realtor on your marketing and in things. But we have even went over and above in ethics training, and have to continue to do that every so often, and take our CEs. I'm big on education, always have been, and no matter what business we've owned over the years, we want to become the best we can be. I want to for my clients, because the most training I can get, the more classes I can get, the more knowledge I can gain, the better agent I can be for my clients. So there's going to be questions asked that along the way that you're going to need to have the answers for. So you need to learn the ins and outs of the lending process, all the different types of loans, and because you're going to need that. Even, for me, I'm a listing agent and a buying agent, so I know the ins and outs of both sides. So I'm well versed on both sides, so it helps in negotiations, and it helps along the way dealing with other agents. You really need to have a good rapport with other agents. You don't need to be ugly to people, or think that I'm going to be this mean negotiator that is going to let everybody know that I'm boss. Well, that is not the way you do business, and that's not the way you get along with people. If you want to be that mean of an agent, don't get in. None of us have time for that. Just don't. Don't be ugly to people. You can't be ugly to people, whether they're your clients. They'll see through you. And you can't be that way to other agents in the industry, too. We're all out here to serve a purpose, usually, and to help our clients get to the end. We've both got the same goal, whether you're on the listing side or the buying side, of working together and getting your clients to the end. You have a fiduciary responsibility to your clients. That part of that is getting along with others, because we need to get to the end. So don't try to be the mean agent out there, because people remember you. So you need to have a good reputation, and that's in life. I have said along the way too, even in all of our other, even in our previous business we owned for 24 years before we retired from it and went into real estate. It was a high-end floor care business, and goodness, it goes back to how I treated people in high school, and even down to middle school and elementary. I've had clients in real estate that I've known since elementary, but a lot of people have told me, Audra, I trust you because you treated me good in school when others didn't, and you didn't treat me any differently. So I think how you treat people in life, and even in school, can come back to bless you or bite you. I mean, it can. It can bless you or be a curse to you. because that's how people perceive you as, So I am a local. Me and my hubby and son were born and raised here. I know all of the areas around Middle Tennessee, and I've traveled over to West Tennessee, been over to East Tennessee, all the way down south, and all the way up here north. So if there is an area that I've never been to, I'm going to go learn all about it if you want to live there. So there's a lot of cities in Tennessee. So I've talked a lot today. I've done a lot of videos. So now I need to drink a little bit. I just wanted to try to do a video on the real estate end of it, because people have so many misconceptions about being in real estate, and thinking that they just see dollar signs and they're going to go out and buy, their Mercedes, and they're going to buy the big home. And yes, you can have all that. You don't want to do that like right away. I see a lot of new agents get in, they do start making money, and then they go out and buy that car right away. I mean, wow. So if you are not putting up for taxes, putting aside money for taxes, we put up 50% of every check. So 25 goes in a savings, 25 goes in a tax savings, because you need to do that. So we only live on half of what we make, and we live well, I have to say. But you're going to have bad times in this business. It's like a roller coaster ride, like I said. So there's going to be good and bad and ugly times. So you need to prepare for that. But we've been in business and self-employed for 32 years. So I know how to take the good, the bad, and sometimes the ugly. And, and I'm an optimistic person. So I like to see the good in everything. And there is a lot of mean in this world, so you're going to run into that in the real estate industry. But it's all in how you want to grow your business, what kind of business that you want. And because it is a business, people treat this as a hobby a lot of times, or just a part-time thing. I'm a full-time agent, single agent that is not on a team. No, I'm married, but single meaning one agent. I don't have an assistant. I've needed an assistant, but I'm a micromanager, and I understand that about myself, so it's a little hard there. But I have systems in place, and my son has built me a lot of systems and it's called Realtor, and it's my CRM. It's where I have everything, to my website, to where my lot boxes are assigned on what properties, where your signs are, your QR codes for the signs. I mean, it is in depth, and he has built that for me over the years, and I support him, and that's what I use to keep up with everything, keep myself organized, because I like to be organized, and that's just what I am. So there's transaction coordinators out there. I know my contracts. I take the classes every year, because every January there's going to be changes to every contract. I have went through all the broker testing, except for the state. Now I got to try to get the state, and then I'll be a broker, and then the testing done for that, and then I'm going to work on Kentucky, getting my Kentucky license here soon. So a lot of things that I am excited about there, but for me, I believe education is key. You need education. That's why I have a lot of initials at the end of my name. Every year, it's a goal that I have to do a certification or designation every year, and always be educated. If I have had ethics, I have probably had it 100 times. All the CE classes that I take, sometimes I have had them numerous times, but you can always learn something new. If you can't learn, you might as well die, because if you don't feel you can learn, where can you go? there's always something that you can learn. You can learn from anybody. You can learn from a new agent. You can learn from one that's seasoned and one that's been in the business for 45 years and let you know, So, and then they can learn from other agents too. So, it's just it can be fun. It can be great, but it can also be a nightmare at times that you have to deal with. But like I said, there's many hats in this industry. It's a relationship business. You need to know how to get along with people. You need to know how to negotiate, how to teach other agents how to become better agents too. Some just don't understand or know certain things, and if you can teach them along the way, then you've helped the industry too. So I believe in helping others as well. It only makes our industry better if you can become better yourself and you can bless others and help them in the process. And with that, my family, we love to bless others and do things, especially when you're doing really good. You want to be able to help others and bless them along the way. For me, I got into this industry because we lost our home and everything we owned to a fire. We didn't feel that we were done right at the lowest point in our time when we were buying our home. So I said at that point, I'm going to become a realtor, which I'd always wanted to be one. But I wanted our son to grow up in our family business. And back then, real estate, you had a big, thick book, and nothing was on. Not a lot of things were online. The internet wasn't even around, So it was more on the road all the time, and we already had our family business and stuff. I wanted to get him grown and know that we were always there for him all along the way, and he knows that, always has been. And then once we, I think, got taken advantage of in so many ways during the process, I wanted to become a realtor that was compassionate, that would help one client at a time not be taken advantage of in the lowest point of their life, and do good in this industry. So it is a retirement thing for us. I don't think we have retired from Big Bear Floor Care back then, but when I got into real estate in 2016, but we work more now than we ever did. So like I said earlier, you can't get through a family dinner, a show or a movie, or go out to dinner or anything without some kind of text, phone call. But I feel blessed. So my clients know I'm there for them and will answer them or call them back no matter what. I'm not too busy for people. I do. Family is my thing I love. My family, my hubby, my son, and my 2 fur babies, and my clients know that. Most of them are all respectful of time. Sometimes they just need me for a minute, whatever, or they need to ask me something, and I'm there. When we go on our family vacations, twice a day, I always answer, make phone calls, do contracts, set up showings, whatever it is I have to do, because we still have a business to run, because that business affords us to go on our camping trips too. So we've been self-employed for 32 years, so I understand business and what it takes to build a business. So I just wanted to let the agents or the people out there that haven't got their license and have not even tried to yet, but think they want to be an agent, to know that it's not roses like HGTV tells you. But once you build and make a great solid foundation in your business, you're going to do well. You still got to always be out there building those relationships. I didn't come on here today to say that it's a bad thing to do. Maybe not the best time to get into real estate right now because of the market, but you just need to have guidance when you do that. If you do decide to get into this industry. So, it can have its good, bad, and ugly times. And just so you know that on the front end, you just know you got to learn how to deal with that, have a thick skin, and get along with people, get your clients to the end, and work it out and figure out how to get them there. And education, education, education. So hopefully this has helped you today. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe and comment below, and please share with your family and friends. Until next time, I will see you soon. Bye, y'all.